We got you.
Do you hear us? Do you hear us through the phone?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna disrespect you, Myron, with that phony name and Fresh with that other phony name. But let me ask you something. Well, technically, Myron.
We got a hater.
With the whole KKK? What's up with the KKK crap? And then now you blaming it on everybody. Stuff walking around dancing like a monkey, calling Abba and Preach names, and then doing all this racist stuff. Those casts on Rumble, and then getting upset when you got demonetized. Like, I don't understand what was the whole discrepancy about that, because you're getting mad at people who are just saying and social commentating, but then you talk about trying to be stoic and talk about all this stuff about being a man, or not necessarily calling yourself alpha, but telling you have to be better than that or better than all the haters out there, but yet you do the most hateful stuff, like, since you guys started. So don't you find that a little bit of contradictory? Don't you find that a little bit of contradictory for slam dunking on certain women who may have your card on certain arguments, intelligent instead of the regular bimbos that you have on the regular?
I missed this first part of the...
what's up with that?
I was adjusting some stuff in the back, so I didn't...
He mentioned some outfits that you had.
Oh.
Yeah. So costume.
Okay. So what's your gripe then specifically? And I apologize because I was...
My gripe is, like, how you... Oh, no, it's all good. I know you're running your business and whatnot. What's up with the KKK stuff and then the monkey noises and then the whole black stuff and coming at, like almost doing self-hateful things and then getting upset when the consequences of your actions come and bite you and you getting demonetized? Because I don't even believe that was even Fresh's fault. That was like, I'm sorry. No, I'm not even really sorry. That's all your fault that you guys got demonetized. Because you didn't have to go do all of that. You could have fired back, or you could have been stoic. And you always talk about remaining your cool, keeping your emotions in check. And sometimes you kind of go as emotional as some of the ladies you have on stream.
Okay, so you mentioned a bunch of things here. So number one, as far as you mentioned the hood or whatever, bro, it's entertainment. We make jokes on everybody. I don't know if you watch this podcast, but we make jokes on almost every race. If you look, I got hats on almost every ethnic culture, background, etc. That includes making fun of my background of Arabs and people from North Africa. So no one is safe. We make fun of everyone, okay? That's number one. Number two, as far as stoicism goes, there's a time and place for it, okay? You got to understand, this is entertainment. People are not going to just sit there and watch someone who is, I'm going to be stoic, blah, blah, blah. That's not entertaining. People don't care for that, okay? There's a time for it and a place for it. So, but at times, you got to be able to control an audience, make things entertaining, make things interesting, switch things up, okay? What else? What else gripe did you have? Oh, the demonetization. My friend, we didn't get demonetized for our... comments making fun of anus and reach and our jokes. And mind you, by the way, they made 30+ videos on us talking shit. We make one video back. They galvanize their audience
and they
report us to mass report us, and then that video gets taken down and we get a strike. So and he could say whatever he wants, like, no, we didn't do that, blah blah blah. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of interesting how he was able to predict that we would get a strike, and we got a strike right then and there. So and I'm not surprised because, Anus does things like that behind the scenes, and he'll tell his audience one thing, but they actually do something else. For example, they hit us with copyright strikes, blah, 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 but they went ahead and did the same shit to Pearl. So these guys don't have integrity. Like, they're liars. Preach lied to y'all and said that we assaulted his wife when we didn't.
It wasn't even his wife.
And a matter of fact, if you watch that podcast, which is on Rumble, by the way.
Called her a beluga whale.
Hold on.
I remember that.
That's not his wife, though. No, that's not his wife.
Caller, that was never his wife.
That was never his wife. That's the point. The context matters.
You got corrected. You didn't know at the time. You didn't know that was his wife, and you just called it off what you thought. You just took a shot in the dark.
But hold on. Caller. That's important, though, because he used that to galvanize his audience and say that we went after his wife to garner sympathy and make us look like evil people.
So
but the reality is he lied to y'all, used your emotions against you, and used that shock outrage. They manifested that outrage to their benefit. So they lied to y'all. So what I'm trying to say is simply this. I'm saying all that to articulate that these dudes are liars, and they're okay with lying to y'all to sell a story, to sell a storyline, so they could go ahead and galvanize your support, so they could get more ad revenue. They lie. That's what they do. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. We're painfully transparent on this side of the internet.
Yeah,
they're not. Okay? Now, has that transparency hurt us to a degree? Yes. But you know what? I'd rather be transparent, be honest, and you guys know what it is, rather than lie to try to galvanize something. So they lied about all that shit. So what I'm trying to say is that I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't go ahead and galvanize their audience to get us to strike after they made a bunch of videos. So they talk shit about us, we talk shit back. One video, and I debunked all of their claims in that video, by the way. The first hour plus, I debunked a bunch of their shit. Then we went ahead and went on a roasting session on them. Then we got the video taken down. But that's not what got us demonetized, my friend. What got us demonetized was something else.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bringing on band guests.
So that's what really got us demonetized. It wasn't that. So it is what it is, you know, because remember, the hood thing happened months prior. We got demonetized later on.
Yep.
That was like about maybe 2 months later and whatnot, you guys got demonetized. But you don't think like the actions that you set and the terms that you guys set going forth didn't lead or wasn't a factor in you guys getting demonetized? Because you guys talk about the truth and you guys talk about giving people the truth and taking people out of the matrix. Meanwhile, at the same time, your own boy Tate is sitting there calling red pill people, and you guys, I don't know, you guys consider yourself red pill, but he's calling you guys idiots. It's kind of like he's taking a turn back, and I don't know if that's him trying to protect himself because of the allegations that are crossed up with him. Because to be completely honest, it is some things you do guys have a point, and your arguments are sound. But at the same time, it's like sometimes I feel you guys, or not rather, I think, Merch, I think that you guys,
I feel like
sometimes contradict yourself. Like you guys contradict yourself sometimes when y'all have the arguments, because y'all be going in the right way, but then when it's like the whole arguments you have with people, or these little squabbles you have with people, it's kind of like taken away from the quality of your show. And then you kind of piggyback on that when y'all have these girls on the show and you know they don't know anything, but then you slam dunk. That's like having Destiny, and then they argue with you or have an argument with you against you, and then you say they argue in bad faith because of the simple fact and they hurting the quality of the show.
Yeah, they do. But the point, so you like to bring up a bunch of different things. So number one, we addressed your whole demonetization thing. Also, just to let you know about the demonetization, the things that we did, right, that got us demonetized, other creators did and never got demonetized. I didn't share that with y'all, but I'll go ahead and say that since you want to go ahead and say, you should take accountability, blah, blah, blah. Just so you know, I made a bunch of phone calls prior to the things that we did, and I've seen other creators do the things that we did, and they didn't get demonetized. Now, out of respect, I'm not going to say any of those creators' names, etc., but we did the same exact things with prior notice, okay? And we got demonetized. So I took all the steps before, and I've never revealed that before. So bam, there you go, okay? So when you're saying, oh, take accountability, blah, 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 I took all the prerequisite steps, and they still demonetize us because of who we are. It is what it is, right? Whatever. Now, as far as like going with Andrew Tate or whatever, you guys love to try to drive a wedge between us and our friends, and I've noticed this. So let me go ahead and clarify this for guys like you. When he says red pill dorks, okay? Keyword, he says red pill dorks because there's a lot of people that make this type of content that are dorks, and he's correct about that, okay? Andrew and Tristan are not cowards. If they had a problem with someone, they would say it outright, that individual, okay?
And they have.
And they have.
Logan Paul, for example.
Yep. So
Ethan Klein.
Yeah. So, but they're not talking about us, dude. And I love how, you know, guys like you kind of watching the peripheries and be like, yo, he's talking about you guys. He's not talking about us, bro. They picked us up a bunch of times when they didn't have to, by the way. Okay. And I've spoken with Andrew about this stuff off the side. I was like, hey man, like on the Tucker interview, he mentioned us, and that's one of the most viewed interviews that Tucker has. He mentioned us on there, and I was like, bro, you didn't have to do that, you know, because at the end of the day, we're controversial as hell,
and he's fighting for his life.
And he's fighting for his life. So, again, you know, you've been debunked, my friend, on your claims. But go ahead, continue. What else?
Now, I have an issue with the fact that you guys say you guys have facts and statistics, and I actually checked the links that you guys have and looked into them.
Yeah.
Those are no better than the links of the 304 lawyer you had that you was talking about.
Which one specifically?
And these are not substantiated links because you go
one
down,
specifically?
You follow. I'm sorry.
What do you have a point of contention with specifically? Because I mean, that's a very general statement to say your stuff is bullshit. All right, what specifically? Go ahead.
Well, you talk in generalities. That is a general statement. Since we talk in generalities most of the time, that's your word.
That's how the world works. What in generality is incorrect on what I say?
Pretty much like you saying these studies, and these are not concrete studies coming from valuable sources or governmental sources. The links that you have on your website that you check in and people look into, these are almost, I would even go in to say that they're almost close to QAnon, maybe even stuff you would even find on Reddit, to be honest. And that's social commentary. There's nothing to really substantiate that stuff. There's not even enough evidence on those links that, like, it just backs up your argument or backs up the narrative that you push out.
So
that,
right now,
like
again, you're not being specific. You're saying in generalities, your stuff, blah blah blah. As we speak right now, I'm actually updating that link tree. Number one. Number two, I'm working with Rolo, and we're actually gonna come that episode that I'm talking about. When we bring him on, we're gonna actually talk about a bunch of this stuff and bring up some of the data for y'all, because a lot of these people are trying to sit there and be like, oh, red pill lying, pseudoscience, blah 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 blah. We're gonna be bringing up a bunch of new stuff for y'all, so don't worry. But my thing is, what specifically is your point of contention that you disagree with that isn't correct? That's what I'm asking you.
You didn't check anything, did you?
Okay.
Go ahead. What specifically? What specifically?
What'd you check, bro?
What was Fresh? You said I didn't say anything.
No, you didn't check anything, did you?
Yeah, I did check.
What specifically is incorrect? What specifically is incorrect?
Like, I don't have the time to sit here and pull it up, but I do have actual stuff that I can actually DM y'all, and I can
nigga. No.
Okay, caller.
You're not gonna call into the show and say, "Oh, you guys are incorrect." Blah blah blah. Tell me exactly what I'm incorrect about specifically, because I would say when it comes to intersexual dynamics and speaking about generalities about how men and women work together, especially in the modern day dating world, no one comes closer than us. Tell me specifically what we're wrong about.
You guys are wrong about pretty much all of the stuff that you guys are talking about.
If it's all wrong, pick out one thing. If it's all wrong, pick out one thing.
Just one thing, caller.
Never talk about intersex.
One thing.
I'm sorry?
One thing. If we're wrong about everything, it should be easy for you to pick out one thing that we're wrong about. We can have a discussion about that specific thing.
Just one thing.
What is it?
Okay. Let's say.
Next caller, man.
No. You gotta.
No.
You gotta embarrass niggas like this to the ground with facts.
I got
Go.
right.
What is it specifically? I got time today, nigga. What? because guys like you. No. Because here's the thing, bro. I already know what type of time you're on. You're an Abba and Preach fan, which is fantastic. That's great because y'all love to hate watch us. Let's go have a discussion here because your leader, Abba's too scared to get in the ring or talk to me in person. So I'll beat the shit out of y'all niggas verbally for fun. What is it? Go ahead. What is it specifically that we're wrong about when it comes to intersexual dynamics?
We're not going to even talk about that. We're not going to talk about that.
What is it specifically that we're wrong about when it comes to intersexual dynamics? Please.
Now, define intersectional dynamics to me, please, if you don't mind.
Bruh.
It's a wrap. Hold on.
It's a wrap.
So you telling us that we're wrong?
Hold up. Walter, just wait, hold on. Walter, just chill out for a second. Myron, if you don't mind, just relax for a second. Stay in over there and just chill for a second. Myron, define intersexual dynamics.
My friend, that is what we talk about on this podcast. It is literally 1/3 of the content that we talk about. We're talking about intersexual dynamics, aka relations between men and women in the modern day society. That is what this podcast was founded upon. We obviously diversified into other topics.
If that's the case,
so what is incorrect specifically?
We're talking
Yo,
about fine.
Go ahead.
About the divorce rate. You're talking about those statistics have been debunked. The divorce rate is
what specifically? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
The divorce rate, you're saying how 80% of divorce rates, women are putting it up right now, and then that's been changed. And you have statistics from like 2015 or 2016. We're in 2023, like an 8-year study.
Okay, let me hold on.
Okay.
That is an absolute fact that women initiate somewhere between 7 to 8 out of 10 divorces, 70 to 80%. That's a fact, bro. That's not refutable. That's a fact.
Over the course of the study that you would have, that's over like 8 to 10 years ago. That's a whole generational gap right there. So those numbers aren't even. That's like a fallacy compared to right now.
My friend,
especially with dating games,
the divorce rates are just as high. It's just that people are getting less people are getting married, but that does not change the fact that divorce is still extremely prevalent. And you got to remember, we say all these things to let men know that marriage is not an institution set up for men's success. Period.
And we're bringing an expert
fine. That I can agree
in divorce
with.
law.
And we're actually bringing an expert, James Sexton, and he agrees with me on that as well. That women initiate most divorces.
And he does it every single day.
Hold on.
So what are you saying? You know better than him?
One at a time.
What I'm telling you is,
I want to hear both.
That's an absolute fact that women initiate 70 to 80% of divorces. That's a fact. And then on top of that, we're going to go ahead and bring in an expert on divorce very soon, James Sexton, and we're going to talk about it. But bro, that's a fact. Like, I don't know how you're sitting here saying like your stats are not right because they're old. It doesn't change the fact that it's correct and it's still going on. Now, with that said, are as many people getting married? No. Marriage rates have plummeted, right? We've talked about that on our podcast as well, that a bunch of bridal services are going down the drain financially. But that does not refute what we said, that divorces are overwhelmingly initiated by women. 70, 80% of the time, and marriage is not an institution set up for a man's benefit. What's incorrect about that?
The fact that you're saying that it was incorrect. Hello?
Still waiting.
I'm playing the soundbite.
Go ahead.
No, I was just waiting for you guys to get your sound bites out as a delay. So, like I was saying, you guys are sitting here talking about, like, it changes, it doesn't change the fact, or I'm talking about it doesn't change the fact or whatnot. But I'm saying that it changes the fact because you're saying that people are just not getting married. So if people are not getting married, that's a whole different conversation pretty much.
That's what we say. We said divorces are initiated by women. So I'm telling you, how are we incorrect about that when the overwhelming majority of divorces are initiated by women, 70 to 80%? You're incorrect on that point, Brooke Caller. So what's the next point that we're incorrect about? Go ahead. Next point.
No, I just gave you the one. You got to the one. I gave you.
And you just got debunked on it. So you literally came in to say you got demonetized because XYZ. Take accountability. I've already said that. And I took accountability on that other thing. I have crazy ass ideas.
No, you didn't. You saw. Hello.
Can I finish my point before you interrupt? What I was saying was I took accountability on our last episode. Okay. I literally said we would have been canceled if it wasn't for Fresh. A lot of y'all say Fresh is useless, blah, blah, blah. Literally, I've had some ideas and concepts that would have probably got us canceled, etc. But what I will say is this, and I never revealed this before, with the demonetization, we made phone calls, we reached out, etc. And we had gotten stuff, right? Pretty much, hey, that shouldn't be a problem. And then when we did it, it did become a problem. And I saw other creators do the same exact things that we did, and it was not a problem for them. But we were punished for it, and we got demonetized. That's what I'm telling you. Now, as far as like being racist, let me finish my point, dude. Let me finish my point, because you're the one making these accusations. So I want to make sure that I totally debunk all the things you're saying. You're saying I'm racist and I'm self-hating. Right. You know what? No, I hate everybody. I make jokes on every single race. I make fun of everyone, to include my own culture, to include people that are Asian, to include people that are white, people that are, etc. I make fun of everybody, bro. This is an entertainment show at the end of the day, and we do have jokes.
That's not joke. You literally be going at people's ethnicity. You be going at their nationality.
Yes.
And then you sitting here and you're saying you're making fun out of entertainment.
Yes.
For it to be entertainment, it actually has to be funny.
Just because you don't find it funny doesn't mean other people don't find it funny.
Hold up.
Hold on. Look.
Let me make my point.
No. I'm telling you, just because you don't find it funny doesn't mean other people don't find it funny.
Exactly.
No, let him finish the point.
There's a majority of the people and whatnot that don't actually find it funny. It falls flat. Like, I actually go, like, talk to comedians and whatnot, and there's a lot of people that really don't find, I don't see what's funny about just trying to use a Clayton Bigsby voice that Dave Chappelle used in a psychological way that actually was funny, and you're just doing it to get back because you have a vendetta. That's not actually funny.
Bro,
it has to be funny for it to be like, to be people be like, I got it. You see how everybody got, wait, hold on. You see how everybody galvanized themselves for Dave Chappelle and was like, nah, he's not canceled. We still want his comedy. And only a small amount of people that it got dwarfed by the overwhelming support he got because his shit is actually funny.
So what are you trying to say here?
You compare yourself to a legend like that when you saying you using stuff out of definite spite and malice.
Okay.
Come on, bro. You say it out of certain lives, and then you sidestep the whole thing.
You're watching us right now, right? So clearly we're doing something correct.
No, I'm not. I'm not watching directly because I have to mute my TV and I have to go to a quiet spot.
Nigga, you have to watch us to get the phone number, okay? Like, come on, man. Yo, look. Clearly we're doing something right. Hold on. There's people that find this funny, and there might be other people that don't find this funny. We are diversified creators, right? Some people watch us for the money stuff. People watch us for the girls. Some people watch us for the comedy, etc. Just because you don't find it funny doesn't mean other people don't find it funny. If you go on our Rumble chat right now, they love this shit, okay? YouTube might, different audiences. You got to understand that we have a wide array of people that watch us. You can't look at the lens of how we entertain it from only your perspective of, I don't find that funny, so no one else should. That's not true, bro. A bunch of people love it. A lot of people like edge comedy. I do, okay? Just because you don't doesn't mean other people don't.
That's all right. If that's how you see it, then I can't argue with I guess what 10,000 or whatever the case stands that may find a glimpse of your stuff funny. Because I will admit, you do say funny shit from time to time, but the stuff that you go in and that like that whole podcast with Zherka and his dumbass and shit, it's just weird. It's just like, okay, how are you even? Does you find this remotely funny? That just comes from like some place of
you don't like Zherka, but a lot of people love Zherka.
Because I understand dark humor.
Bro, a lot of people love Zherka. Just because you don't like Zherka doesn't mean other people don't like Zherka. It's like split down the middle. So we're not gonna please everybody. It is what it is. Like I said, like.
So let me talk real quick. Caller, 2 points here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one thing, you're watching our show, which means on some level, you like the content on some spectrum, right? Number two,
I actually watch your financial stuff more than After Hours.
So,
yo, are you an Albert and Preach fan, bro? You watch Anus and Reach too?
He definitely is.
He definitely does.
So
yeah,
I know.
I watch all of y'all pretty much.
All right, who provides more value? Keep it 1,000. Keep it 1,000,000.
I'll give it to y'all. Yeah, I can give it to you. No, I keep it a stack. You do. You got with your financial channel and everything. I can keep it a stack with that.
All right.
I watch your Money Mondays. I watch all of that stuff. Yeah.
See, Myra's nice because, bro, I would have been on this call. But for you, bro,
nah, you gotta have discussions with these guys.
What comedians did you ask? Because I know a bunch of comedians that find it funny, but they will never admit it on camera. So what comedians did you ask about our show being funny?
But that's
no. Real talk. What comedians did you ask? Name 2 comedians that you asked.
What? 2 comedians that I asked?
Yeah.
Out here in I asked out here in New York. I have seen a couple of SNL comedians. Not going to put their names out there. What you call it, that I've actually had full-fledged conversations that actually have watched you.
These are big comedians?
And then I asked,
well-known?
I'm sorry?
Are these well-known comedians? Or behind-the-scenes actors?
Yes, they are. They're well-known comedians. Trust me, they're well-known. They're pretty much like their specials and then some.
Okay. What's the names?
I just told you, I'm not putting their names out there. Like you just like you don't want to put certain people's names out there. I ain't trying to put like people's names out there.
The point is, caller, is that like ultimately you're watching the show, so on some level you like it. Now, once again, we push the edge between edgy.
I told you, I follow your financial stuff more than the After Hours stuff. But I do pop into the After Hours and watch the full 3-hour long show.
So again, just because you don't like this part of the show doesn't mean that most people don't like it. And again, our viewers will tell you off rip they like Myron's comedy because it's funny.
Too. And let me say this too, because I did a little bit of people sent me clips. Your Alaba, aka Anus, was saying that racism is funny, and he was saying a bunch of crazy shit as well in their older videos. I got the clips, right? I just don't want to go ahead and give these idiots airtime. But see, this is what I'm trying to say. When they virtue signal, right, to get a certain audience, but then at the same time it contradicts other things that they've done. At least with us, you get what you see. We're not over here flip-flopping because we're fence sitters. You know exactly where we stand. These dudes try to sit there and virtue signal on racism when I found videos of them saying, oh, racism is actually funny. And they said a bunch of racial crazy stuff, just like I had done. So, again, bro, like like I said, just because you don't find it funny doesn't mean other people don't find it funny. And your own people that you watch Anus and Reach said racism is funny.
And like, sorry to say, SNL comedians are not that funny, just so you know.
But again, dude,
we'll move on.
Like I said,
what was that?
I see your perspective. I think we had a respectful conversation here. But at the end of the day,
that was the goal. It was not to sit here and be disrespectful to you, or like. But I'm saying I just call you out on what I see and what I'm noticing from watching your shows and your channels. But you know what? I took it. I was gonna say I took enough of your time. Let Walter get back into doing nothing what he normally does. Y'all stay up.
Well, hold on. Before you go, I will say this. With the demonetization thing, y'all didn't know the stuff that I talked about before, where I had already kind of cleared a bunch of this stuff, right? And then I had seen other creators do it and nothing happened. Y'all didn't know that, so I guess maybe that's a part of the reason for the confusion. But trust me,
that's the point. That's one thing.
We had done our homework.
That's one thing. Put it out. You don't say
Wait,
you got
y'all know now.
don't say you got the
Wait,
loaded
caller.
clip.
Y'all know now.
Don't say you have the loaded clip, right? And don't use the clip.
Caller.
That's all I'm saying.
Caller.
Don't say you got the loaded clip and not use the clip.
Real
Just
quick,
use the
caller.
clip if that's the case.
Before we close, who's Walter?
You.
Who are you? Exactly.
Who, me?
Nobody. Shut the
You
fuck
wanna-
up.
oh.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, you
Let's
just
call
trying
her.
to roast.
Nigga, you're a nobody,
Alright,
bro.
whatever.
You're fucking
Bye.
nobody. Talk about Walter?
Bye.
Chill out, Walter. You're a nobody, bro.
You trying to
No one
roast
knows
me?
you,
That was-
nigga. No one
that's
knows
a
who the fuck you
That was a
are.
horrible joke.
You
That's
are
a horrible
nobody,
joke.
bro. Knock,
That's
knock.
a
Let's move
horrible
on. Mo, who's next?
Don't worry. You hurt. You hurt.
I'm not hurt
You
at all,
hurt.
bro.
Well,
I'm making
either
millions,
way,
nigga.
You hurt. You
Look,
I already millions,
caller,
nigga.
caller, I'll just say
You're
this
nobody.
I'll just say this last thing. Caller, you know what it is now. I told you what the demonetization thing is. That's why we ran this edgy stuff that we did, but trust me, we had done the homework before. It just didn't work out as planned. And, you know, at the end of the day, other people did the shit that we did, and they didn't get demonetized, but we did. But, you know, it is what it is. Now we know where F&F stands on YouTube, so we got to be more careful, unfortunately. But shout out to Rumble.
Yeah, go back to
Rumble.com/.
Abba Preach, nigga.
So, hey, well, he admitted that we provide more value, and that's coming from one of their supporters.
Because it's facts.
It's facts. You know what I'm saying? So
You know,
I appreciate
who
that he
sounds
admitted
like?
that.
The females on the show being delusional. Anyhow, let's call her.
Who's up next?